What's going on, YouTube, man? Welcome back to the channel, man. If this is your first time clicking onto the video, man, or clicking onto the channel, matter of fact, welcome to the channel, man. Welcome to the Prince of Land and Domain, man. Make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe, make sure to share this video, comment down below what you think about this video, man. All this shit to get me onto the algorithm, all that other shit I don't understand about the algorithm, get me onto that shit, cause this is a banger video and other people need to see this video, man. But look, you seen the title, man. I seen the title. I'm the one who made it. You seen the title too, man. How to get rid of social anxiety. How to get rid of social anxiety. How to have better conversations. How to have better relationships. How to stop overthinking. In this video, I'm gonna have an explanation. What is overthinking? What is social anxiety? How to fix it. You know what I mean? Perfect examples of it. How it's affecting your life. And even deeper stuff to really just understand the mind. How it's affecting your life, like I said before, and like breaking that down into the behaviors that you could be demonstrating, the thoughts that you got, and even it goes way deeper than that. The energy you bring up when you around people. You know what I mean? The energy you got, the vibe you establishing, things like that, man. We really gonna get into this video and understand the mind, understand how we work, understand how even like as humans in general, not even just you and your problems, but as humans in general, how do we work and things like that, man. Without any further ado, man, let's get into the video, man. Social anxiety is when the fears you have magnify certain social situations. It's never the social situation itself. It's the fact that your fears, and by fears I mean the fears of what could happen, the fears of what people can think, the fears of what people, like how people would judge it. You know what I mean? If people do judge it, if people criticize what you do or what you say, those type of fears that magnify social situations. For example, let's say a person or a friend of yours is acting up in an aggressive manner, right? And you go to confront that person. And then the socially anxious part of you and the overthinking you got will just be like, oh, what if we stop being friends? What if they don't respond to it well? What if they don't take it well? What if they think I'm trying to disrespect? What if this, that, and third? Whatever. That's the socially anxious part. That's the overthinking part of it. Understand this though, the social anxiety is trying to prevent the worst that they think is inevitably gonna happen. But the worst has barely ever happened. The worst count one time, or maybe just once or twice or three times, probably just once. Name one time where you overthought it and it ended up the way you perfectly imagined it. You can't even name one because it rarely ends up like that. But you see, you have to understand this though. The reason why it's bad is because we as humans, like our minds, we go through so many things at one time. Our mind just goes through so many things at one time. If you meditate, you'll just see that when you close your eyes and you breathe and all that, you're going through so many thoughts at one time. I think it's about like 60,000 thoughts a day. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But it's like 60,000 thoughts a day. You're going through so many thoughts a day. Your head is going through so much things at one time that when you overthink and your social anxiety is adding onto it. It's not necessarily trying to create a solution by preventing the worst from happening, but it's creating a bigger problem than there already is. Our minds go through so many things at one time. A perfect example of this would be when you go to introduce yourself to somebody, and then after they tell you their name, you instantly forget it. That's a perfect and very natural example, because the reason why you be forgetting someone's name as soon as they told you is because your mind is going through so many things at one time. The overthinking and the socially anxious pattern of thinking and a pattern of behavior that you demonstrate is creating a bigger problem than a solution. And what I mean by bigger problem is that you're not going to be able to listen to the other person if you're just in your own head. If you're thinking about, oh, how do I look? How will this person think? What happens to this, that? If you're thinking about yourself, Just how will you look? How will people think about you? You're not going to be listening to the other person. And that's why I said the first example. When you go to introduce yourself to someone and they tell you their name and you forget instantly, it's because your head is going through so many things. You're trapped in your own head that you're not even able to listen to them, to the other person. That's the bigger problem here. You know? You dig what I'm saying? So look, I understand this. The reason why I made this video is that you can get out of your own head, get out of your own mind, and just really listen to the other person you're talking to. And why? You should be interested enough to listen to the other person you're talking to, because you want to build better conversations. You want to build better relationships. You want to build a better group of people around you. And you want to get better at getting outside of your head. You have to understand the problems that you think. And I got this this is a sermon quote, right? We got 100, what is it? How does it go again? I forgot, bro. How's it go? We got a whole movie in our head. We got a whole movie in our head and 100% of it ain't happened. You know? The thing is that as much as you think this will happen, this will happen, this will happen, the attention you put to yourself and your own thoughts of what could happen, it rarely ever happens. What you think could happen, the worst or the inevitable, it barely ever happens. If you get out your own head, you'll be able to listen to the other person. You'll be able to build better relationships and better friendships with other people. That's the main goal here. And it's very natural. It's very natural for us to think about how we look, or what the other person thinks of us, or how they will judge us, or what could happen. It's very natural. The thing is though, as natural as it is, it goes against the way our mind is structured. We can't, we're not able to, as humans, to think about how we look, what we're gonna say, how we're gonna say it, how the other person is gonna feel about what we say, and simultaneously listening to the other person. We can't listen to the other person while thinking about ourselves. We can't take in information while thinking about our own information about ourselves and things like that. It just doesn't work like that. We're not built like that. That's the thing. And so here, the whole concept is get out of your head. You know? Get out of your head. Pay as much attention to the person you're talking to and pay as little attention to yourself. That is the whole concept here, because the whole reason why you have all these socially anxious and awkward circumstances is because you're dependent on your fearful based thinking. You're thinking of, oh, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. The worst might happen. Even like your pessimism or pessimism, however you say it, man. Even that is affecting you. Like, oh, the worst is gonna happen. It is inevitable that this will happen. What if this happens? What if the fearful based thinking that you have and that you bring up to social interactions, that is what's creating many awkward, and that is what's creating many very, how do I say this, like timid interactions you have with other people. And understand this though, the more thought and the more energy you put into what you're gonna say, or how you look when you say it, or how you're gonna say it, the less efficiently it will come out, the less efficiently it will convey, because you're putting more time and energy onto how you look instead of listening to the other person. You have to understand, it could go exactly the way you planned because you didn't plan it. It could go exactly the way you planned because you didn't plan it. That's what I'm trying to say here. Put less time and energy into what you're gonna say and just be in the moment. Stop thinking so rationally about it all the time. That's the thing. You're thinking too rationally or fear-based about it. Just listen to the other person. How can you fix this though? How can you fix your overthinking? How can you fix your social anxiety? First, how could this be used? The solution that I'm gonna give you. How could this be used in a way of approaching or introducing yourself to someone, or approaching a social setting? Understand this though. By the time you're watching this, it is inevitable that you'll have the what if or what if. It doesn't really matter if you're watching this video in general. You're gonna be thinking what if, or what if that, or what if that. But it's not about the what ifs or the this or that or that. It's about what you do. It's not about what you think about, it's what you do. Bonus is the answer. By the time you're just like, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if you should just be audacious enough to just walk up and do whatever. Do whatever. Just go with the flow. That's the thing. Your hesitation and your doubts is just infecting you. And that's why you should just be bold and just go in. Just go in and do your thing. Because your hesitations and doubt is infecting you. So if you were to just think there, just sit back and just think, what if this or what if that or this might happen or this, and then proceed to go and have your execution with these hesitant thoughts and timidness, it will fuck up everything. You should just be bold and just go in, do your thing, whatever happens, happens. If any social mistake that you make, it can be corrected by being more bold. Just be bold and then go in. Right? Understand this though. If you're just sitting there, just say what if, right? You're denying yourself of what's already in front of you. That's why you should be bold. Cause why just sit back and think, what if that, what if this is that? You're denying of what is right in front of you. That's how you fix the way you approach people or the way you approach social settings. Now that I've covered the introduction part and walking up to someone, introducing yourself, how do you prevent these socially anxious patterns from affecting the one-on-one conversations you have, the day-to-day interactions you have, the getting to know someone and building a relationship with another person, going up them steps? Like I said in the previous clips, like a couple minutes down, pay as little attention towards yourself, add as much attention as you can towards the other person, towards the other person's ideas, their thoughts, their opinions. The reason why you want to do this is because once you put as much attention as you can towards the other person, you're putting as little attention towards yourself and your socially anxious patterns, where you're thinking, what if this, what if this, what if... You're not focused on that. You're focused on the other person, their ideas, and what they gotta say. Not on what you gotta say, but you're focused on what they gotta say. And once you do that, your socially anxious thought patterns will tend to dissolve. And if they don't dissolve, you won't be dependent on them. It's a win-win situation here. But look, man, this is the end of the video, man. I appreciate you for watching all this way through, man, through the whole video, man. Comment, like, and make sure to click the description, because in the description I got my email in there. If you have your own problems, if you want me to discuss a certain topic, man, click the link in the description and email me, man. Email me with your own problems and I'll make a video about it, man. Whatever it is, man. But look, man, I appreciate you for watching this whole video, man. Tune in next time, man. Peace!